Tony Smith last updated 1701, September 4, 2017. Nuggie Aaron Smith and Bender Ben Smith ham it up with the Highlanders. Baffled by Bender, nonplussed by Nuggie. Welcome to the arcane world of All Black nicknames. Coach Steve "Shag" Hansen had some non-rugby television viewers baffled when he referred to Bender and Nuggie at a post-Bledisloe Cup Test media conference in Dunedin. Don't be alarmed, it's the rugby world's way of differentiating between the Smiths in the All Blacks backline. Brothers Geordie Udon, Beauden Bodie and Scott Lloyd Barrett. Bender is an obvious play on fullback Ben Smith's name. Nuggie, short for Nugget, is halfback Aaron Smith's long-standing moniker from his Manawatu days. Read more. Frank's out for season. Cully good coaching saving box. Aru trialing concussion. Blue card. Nonu yellow costly for Toulon. 3 Smiths adorned the All Blacks backs division at the 2015 Rugby World Cup. Snake was the third Hurricanes centre. Conrad Smith copped the reptilian reference from his schoolboy cricket coach, who felt the Taranaki-Russ fielding technique resembled a snake slithering in the grass. Steve Hansen was dubbed Shag by New Zealand Rugby CEO Steve Tew when they worked together at Canterbury. Obvious or unimaginative nicknames abound in most New Zealand communities or workplaces, and the All Blacks camp is no different. Hence lock captain Kieran Reid is Riardo, Sam Whitelock and flanker Sam Cane both answer to Sammy, Sonny Bill Williams to Sonny, hooker Dane Coles to Colsey, Propo and Franks to Awi and star playmaker Beauden Barrett to Bodie. We can only guess at why former World Player of the Year lock Brodie Retallick is dubbed Guzzler, perhaps because he gets through a lot of petrol in the tank with his high energy rate. Scott Robertson is Razor to Crusaders players and fans, but Scott to his family. Bodie may be the natural diminutive for Beauden Barrett, but HES bestowed more colourful tags on his 2 younger brothers and All Blacks teammates. Geordie, who is used to Bubba around the family farm, is now Udon because, as older brother Bodie told the world's rugby media during the Lions tour, he's a skinny white noodle. Middle brother Scott Barrett, the All Blacks test lock, is Lloyd after Lloyd Christmas, a character from Jim Carrey's 1994 movie, Dumb and Dumber. Geordie Barrett said he'd been too scared to call his senior sibling anything other than Bodie. There would be repercussions if I called him something else, so I will just stick with Beauden or Bodie. The trio's father is Kevin Smiley Barrett, a former Taranaki and Hurricanes forward. None of the current All Blacks nicknames are anywhere near as emblematic as Pinetree Colin Meads, Grizz Alex Viley or Buck Wayne Shelford. Remember the Bring Back Buck campaign, the early 1990s version of Jacinda Mania, when Grizz dropped the great number 8 from the All Blacks. Wiley developed a telepathic rapport during his long Canterbury career with a halfback called Scaly, better known to his family as Lynn Davis. But all enduring sobriquets have a source. Hansen was reputedly christened Shag by New Zealand Rugby CEO Steve Tew when the pair worked together in Canterbury some 20 years ago. Hansen had a habit of greeting everyone he met with "G'day, Shag." So Tew turned the tables and the label struck to the dry-fitted coach like mud to rugby boots. Now with the All Blacks, Shag works with Smithy, also known as the Professor, for his statistical bent, Fosse Ian Foster, Chrono Mike Cron and Shandy manager Darren Shand. It's hard to shed a label once it's been affixed. Ask former All Blacks coach Sir Graham Henry. He's been known as Ted for over 50 years. When I was 13 I was a cricket fanatic, Henry once told the Cine Addicts website. I'm a bit obsessive, you see. The Canterbury scorer was a man by the name of Ted Delahunty. They used to play at Lancaster Park. I used to go watch them play. Sometimes I had my own scorebook. So he asked if I would run the scoreboard. When there were test matches on at Lancaster Park, I used to keep score. And the guys used to call me Young Ted. After a while the young got dropped. One of the more memorable monikers of recent rugby times belonged to All Blacks hooker Anton Oliver, known to his mates as Hatch, short for Hatchet Head, in apparent reference to his cranial shape. That was an improvement on Creature, the nickname he sported in his early career with Otago, which prompted a national sports magazine to famously begin a profile with Creature, son of Filth, Filth being Oliver's ex-All Black father, Frank. His Highlanders and All Blacks colleague, Jeff Wilson, was known as Goldie, short for the Golden One. Anton Oliver played in an All Blacks era with Carmo Lockie Jones, who was named after his Northland club in a similar way to cricketer Lance Cairns became Springers because he played for Spring Creek in the Marlborough competition. Super Rugby title-winning coach Scott "Razor" Robertson played in a Crusaders squad replete with prosaic nicknames like Marshy, Mez, Maxie and Hammer. He ran a 1-2 cut with the Brumbies, and I got him on the right shoulder, Robertson told Stuff Sports columnist Phil Gifford in 2017. The boys talked about me cutting him in half, like it was a blade. Then the name sort of evolved from that. My immediate family still call me Scott, but I have people in the street call me Razor. He laughs. I think people use it fondly, so I'm happy about that. Stuff.